The first memory I have with my father is a pretty simple one. I had just gotten home from my first day of kindergarten, and I wanted to do what I always wanted to do, which was go play baseball with him. So I'd run upstairs, grab my little lefty glove, and I'd sit on the couch and wait for him. After about an hour or so, he'd come home from work. I wouldn't even give him time to change out of his suit. We were at the ballpark. I'd line up on the pitcher's mound, I'd look over at him, he'd squat down and be a little catcher for me. We did that all day long. This is how most of my childhood went. He'd sign me up for baseball games, I'd go out on the mound and pitch, and he'd take his favorite spot right behind the home plate in the bleachers, take a little camcorder, and recorded absolutely everything I did. I'm telling you, I have every single memory in a little folder on my computer. I never thought this was going to change, and I was mostly right. My sophomore year, though, something pretty crazy happened. You see, my mom and dad planned a trip to Mexico, just the two of them, and they were going to go for just a week or so and get back right before my first game. This 1 week vacation turned into a 3-week nightmare when my father had a stroke, and we were not sure if he was going to make it. I had heard the news just a few days before my first game, and it terrified me. I was going in, I was going to be a starter, it was just JV ball, and it was hard to focus on what was going to happen. Of course, directly after the game was when I finally got a chance to call my father, and he was doing okay. In fact, he even told me one of the craziest stories I've ever heard, that he begged the nurse, even bribed her, to let him go out early so he could fly home and watch me play a junior varsity baseball game. This was a man on the brink of death only a few days ago. It made me realize how much I meant to my dad, and also how much baseball meant to my dad. And I realized from this point forward, I was going to play for him. And so I did. I worked hard every single day, and my junior and senior year, I was a good baseball player. I hit a walk-off double and a 350-foot home run. Of course, though, as good as I was and as good as our team was, it had to come to an end. This came in the state playoffs right before I was about to graduate. I was trusted with the ball on the mound, and once again I came out ready to dominate the team behind me. My dad was right behind home plate with his little camcorder out, and he recorded the most epic fail of my entire life. Next thing I knew was the bottom of the last inning. We were down 8-0, and I knew for a fact that this was going to be my last at-bat. I dug into the box and looked behind me one last time, where once again, my father was sitting there with his little camcorder right behind home plate. What he filmed was once again a fail, as I flew out to right field. I didn't even get a chance to hit first base. I ran directly into the dugout and started bawling. It was a terrible feeling. My teammates came to me. They tried their best to make me feel better, and I know they meant well, but it didn't help at all. I was about to go face my dad, my family, my friends, everyone who had just seen me fail for the last time. There was going to be no, we'll get him next time this time around. And I walked out of the dugout, scared of what I was even going to say. Still on the brink of tears, I walked out with my head down, hoping that I wouldn't see anybody. When out of nowhere, my dad ran up, grabbed both my head right here, and pulled me in really close. And he said, "Joseph, I love you. And I don't love you because you're an excellent baseball player. I love you because of the excellent person you have turned into throughout your life. People like you. You're nice, you're kind, you're loyal. And I love you for that." He then gave me this cup of dirt. This dirt came from my high school's baseball field. Every senior got one, and they were all proud to have one. But for me, it'll always represent a little bit more than what I did on the field. It'll represent my father's unconditional love for me, and the fact that he was going to love me no matter what I did throughout my life. And he still does, and he still supports me in everything I do. And that's what we all have to realize, is that in life, we only get a handful of people who love us that much, who are willing to stick by our sides through our entire lives. When those people give you a call, you got to answer. Thank you.